In the Reiner Report tonight, schools can withhold a student's degree or even prevent the student from enrolling in class if that student owes the university money.
A bill in the legislature would end that practice. Our political reporter Morgan Reiner joins us now. Morgan, how many students owe their schools money?
Laura, about 750,000 students. And the lawmaker behind the bill said it got worse during the pandemic when many students had to unexpectedly drop classes.
Marlene Bloss is a third-year law student at UC Berkeley. As a student regent, she represents students across the state.
I have visited all 10 campuses in the last 2 months. So the pulse is that students are experiencing hardships, whether it's access to basic needs like food. But the other biggest challenge is housing.
Unlike student loan debt, which is money borrowed from the government, institutional debt is when a student owes money directly to the school, like library or parking fees or withdrawing from a class.
No student should be barred from persisting or completing their higher education simply because they owe an institutional debt.
Assemblymember Blanca Pacheco introduced a bill that would prohibit California schools from withholding degrees or certificates from students if they owe money.
With the current enrollment crisis, it is important that we help students with removing barriers in attaining their higher education goals and understand what else we must do to address the student debt crisis.
She says more than 750,000 low-income students owe more than $390 million. The bill also prohibits schools from placing students with third-party debt collectors.
If students get sent to debt collections, that impacts their credit score and that impacts their ability to rent a place. So this is such a pressing issue across California, but more importantly, that are impacting directly the students.
Now, I just wrapped up an interview with Republican Assemblymember Bill Asaley, who told me he believes the bill is misplacing its focus on relieving people of the consequences of their debt. Instead, he said the focus in the state and nationally needs to be on why higher education costs so much in the first place. Chris and Laura.
Just a few questions, Morgan. Does this apply to all schools? And if so, what comes next for this bill?
Yes, to clarify, this does apply to both public and private higher education institutions. And as for what comes next, it has been assigned to the Higher Education Committee, but there is no hearing date set yet.
Okay, our Morgan Reiner for us in the studio tonight. Morgan, thank you.